There's a Halloween party coming up in the doll world, and Ben needs a costume. First, we need to make our pattern. So I've got a piece of cardstock, and we have Ben. I wanted to go from a little above his head to about his knees. I'm going to make a mark on the outside of his shoulders, so I know the width. And then another mark just below his shoulder joints, so I know how wide the armholes need to be. That way they won't bind up when he moves his arms. Now I'll trace his head so we can see his face. We have the basic outline, so I'll rub this in a little more. I'll make a line from the outside of the shoulder and the same thing on the other side, so I'll have the width. And then even out the bottom, although the exact length isn't important for this costume. I'm going to mark off an inch down on each side to round off the corners. and then the same at the bottom. The bottom is going to be open so that I can slide the whole thing over his head. And that's our pattern. We just need to cut it out. And here we have our pattern. I think that looks good, so now we can get our material. I got this very stiff felt at Hobby Lobby for 99 cents. I think it will be good for this costume because I don't want it to droop. We're going to make 2 of these, one for the front and one for the back. And for the back, I'll flip it over just in case my template isn't symmetrical. Time to cut them out. So now we have our front and back. Next, we need the section that keeps the 2 sides apart. Let's get Ben and the ruler and we'll see how wide his torso is. With his back lined up on the ruler, he is at the 1.5 inch mark. So we're going to make 2-inch strips. Now we need our length. We want it to go all the way around. So we need a piece 2 inches by 11.5 inches, 2 of those. We'll measure 2 inches on each end so it's a consistent width the whole way, and then 11.5. I'll just fold this in half so we get 2 pieces from the same cut. Now I'll mark the center point on the pattern and transfer it to the front piece. And I'll sew these 2 side pieces together and use that seam as the center point. Now that it's sewn, I'm going to attach it to the top center and glue it all the way around. But first I'll mark where the armholes need to go. They need to be big enough for his hand to fit through, since that's actually even wider than his bicep. I'm going to widen it a bit just to be on the safe side. To get it symmetrical, we'll just line it up the opposite side and cut them both at the same time. Now we can glue the sides on. I'm going to start at the left armhole and attach the felt upright along the line I traced. And I make sure to line up the seam with that center mark. I'm trying to keep the glue on the inside edge as much as I can so that it doesn't show on the outside. I'll just round off the bottom edges and we've got one side complete. I'm going to start at the top and try to go slowly and carefully, keeping as much of the glue on the inside of the seam as I can. The good thing about hot glue is that you can adjust things, if you're quick. Now it's time to try it on. I can cut it up the back if I need to, but I don't think I will. Not a bad fit. It just needs some embellishments. Tell me down below in the comments if you have a guess for what this costume could be. First, we'll add a logo. This first part is a circle, so I'll just trace this paint bottle. Then we have a long triangle and a big swoosh right through the circle. Not bad. Now I'll just trace the lines with the paint. It's a little goopier than I expected, but that's okay. There we go. Now that it's dry, I'm going to add some leaves from this eucalyptus pick, as well as some twigs from another pick that I stripped the leaves off of. The eucalyptus leaves pop right off the stems. The twigs have an end piece that pops off, and then I can slide the twigs off. And we'll just keep going until we like how it looks. Have you figured it out yet? Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.